but the baby's name is also, in Latin, lumen. Lumens are those things that we look at when we're trying to find the right LED lights. We want to be able to get the bright amount of lumens. If we have a projector, we want a good amount of lumens to know that it's going to go the distance. Lumen means light. And I had this experience where I got to know God's light in an interesting way when I went to Hawaii. See, my family, my husband and I decided that we were going to go to Maui. And being the dutiful tourists that we are, we made sure to go everywhere anybody told us to go, including sunrise on the volcano, the dormant volcano of Haleakala. I wasn't exactly looking forward to it. I mean, how often have I seen sunrise? But they persuaded us, so we went and woke at the ungodly hour of 4 a.m. I am not a morning person. And got into our rental car, drove to the base of this black abyss. There's no lights. All we could see were the headlights from our car. And as we climbed the volcano, the road zigzagged. We had no idea what we were going into. We hadn't seen any pictures or anything like that. So we get to the top, and honestly, we felt foolish. We're standing there, looking at nothing, with about 40 other people looking at nothing. And we decided, well, all right, we'll just stick around. I mean, honestly, I wanted to go to bed. I wanted to be warm. It was about 30 degrees. I wanted to be anywhere but this damp, dark emptiness. And slowly, a kind of a light came around us so you could kind of see where we were. We could see that the mountain rose above the clouds, that it was gray and just kind of floating in the air. And we waited. We didn't know for what. Over time, the gray, the dark gray became a light gray. And then it became this kind of a yellow. And it was like a fire got lit. And the clouds started to build in color, and they became this bright orange, until very quietly, very unassumingly, this tiny sliver of the sun appeared above the clouds. And I was in shock, because I was blind. I immediately reached into my purse and I grabbed my sunglasses to hold back the rays of this tiny sliver of the sun. And I stood there, watching it rise above the clouds. Within 1 hour, the 30-degree temperature went to 70 degrees. It exposed everything in the terrain around us. We could see an almost desert-like vista in front of us on top of this volcano. It was gorgeous, but we hadn't seen it before. I felt like we were there at the dawn of creation. In Genesis 1, we read of how God created. And it says, now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And I think God had in mind for humanity much more than the stars and the sun and the moon that He created initially. He wanted us to see a deeper, more penetrating light. And that's why we read in John 1 about Jesus. It says, through Him all things were made. Without Him nothing was made that has been made. In Him was life, and that life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, but the darkness has not understood it. On Christmas Day, as we celebrate this baby, He comes in a very unassuming way, very quiet, very small. He's like that sliver of sun bursting over the clouds. There's so much more God has for us. He illuminates our world. He shows us God's warmth and energy in our lives. And as Jesus got older, he knew it. He laid claim to this when he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. God has in mind for us to know his light, to know the warmth and blinding beauty of him. And Jesus is that light. So today, as we look at our Christmas trees and we see the lights on them, or the lights on the houses around us, or we look at the candles we light in our homes, let's think about Jesus, the light who illuminates our world. Will you pause with me and close your eyes as we just quietly thank God for the light he brings into our world?